I came from Philippines and my husband came from China where we are right now. So we are here in Jiangxi province, a 500 kilometer far from Hubei, which is the epicenter of the virus. So as we know, coronavirus is any of RNA viruses that cause a variety of diseases in humans and other animals. And it's the reason why most of airlines suspended flights from and to China, including Taiwan, US, Singapore, Macau, South Korea, and 30 other airlines, especially Philippines. So supposedly my parents will go back to Philippines February 2, but then we can't go to Shenzhen, which is 13 hours far from here because it's really not safe to go out. Of course, safety is more important. So the reason why we make this video is to let everyone know that we should fight against the virus, not China. So in times of crisis like this, we need more prayers, encouraging and comforting words to strengthen those who are weak physically and emotionally. We don't need to bash, discriminate, and insult anyone. Let's fight the virus together, not with each other. After all, we are all human beings. So actually, it makes us sad when we read some posts on social media, particularly on Facebook, saying something bad about China and its people. Like, oh my gosh, ranting on social media won't help. Definitely not. So, insulting and ranting won't help to cure the virus. The thing that we need to think of is how we can support and help each other.
Okay. Recently, many people in the world have some concerns about China and Chinese people, mainly because of the new infectious coronavirus in China. This origin of this virus is probably also known to all. Is that some vendors in Wuhan illegally sell wild animals, and some wild animals have a lot of virus, such as bats. But some people think that these wild animals have very valuable nutrition, so that they are put on the table and eaten. This has led to the emergence of a large number of people infected with the new coronavirus at its source in Wuhan.
We can't change the past, but we can change the future.
Yes, first of all, those who sell wild animals will be punished by law, and then I hope everyone will not try to eat wild animals anymore. Finally, we believe the Chinese government is fully capable of addressing this outbreak. I also hope everyone can give China time and confidence. I hope you will not spread rumors.
Or fake news.
And then I will give you 5 facts.
The first one.
Since the founding of New China, we have experienced many infectious viruses, for example, plague, smallpox, SARS, H1N1, Ebola, and so on. At that time, the development of China was still in a backward state, and the medical equipment at that time was not perfect as it
Yeah.
is now. However, no matter how severe the virus was, it failed to bring down China. Instead, it was wiped out by the Chinese people. Therefore, we have every reason to believe that China can wipe out the virus again.
Second, as a Chinese saying goes, difficulties make a country stronger. Indeed, one disaster after another did not defeat the Chinese people, but it made them more united.
I still remember on May 12, 2008, when the earthquake hit Wenchuan County, Sichuan province, the Chinese government mobilized all the manpower and material resources to the disaster area in a very short time. People throughout the country are also very united, have donated money to the disaster area, donate goals. Some people even drove to the disaster area to help with the rescue. That rescue really shocked the world.
And this time, the world has once again realized what China's efficiency is and what China's spirit is. After the outbreak in Wuhan, Chinese scientists work around the clock to identify the pathogens, sequence the genes of the virus, and share their findings with the World Health Organization and relevant countries and regions in an extremely short period of time. It was highly rated by the World Health Organization.
At the same time, there are countless medical workers who are at the forefront of the fight. In the face of epidemic, we are moved by their choice.
Yeah, China is really working hard to fight for the virus. They leave home, parents, lovers, and children. So they press their love for their loved ones to the bottom of their heart and go to the most dangerous places. They think this is a war and they must not be deserters. They cut their hair shorts, wear diapers, and work 12 hours a day to make it easier to wear protective clothing. Hungry to eat a simple boxed lunch, tired on the ground and sleep. Almost every day, their clothes are drenched with sweats. They say the more dangerous it is, the more medical personnel have to be at the forefront. It is not the fear of disease, but the obligation to rise the challenge.
In addition, the national police are also so. All the police went to work ahead of schedule, fully committed to the joint prevention and control of the outbreak of the new infectious coronavirus.
So there are many volunteers in this disaster to do their part. They spontaneously donated to the disaster area, sent vegetables, masks, food, after home shut themselves in their own isolation. So every era has its own heroes, and at this moment, I think
they
they are
are
all
heroes.
heroes. Yeah, they are all heroes. Third, China has a very strong executive force. After the outbreak of the disease in Wuhan, the Chinese government ordered the closure of the city. All the transportation vehicles in the whole city were suspended, and people were banned from entering and leaving. And not only Wuhan, but also provinces, cities, and villages all over the country have been closed down. All hotels and cinemas are closed and all parties cancelled. People have to stay in their homes until the virus is eliminated, just like what we're doing right now. Such blockades do have a serious impact on people's work and lives. But the Chinese people will never defy the government's orders. They have cooperate because people believe in the government, only with the government, in order to overcome the difficulties.
And then people voluntarily canceled their train and air tickets, canceled their travel plans, and stay
Yeah.
at home. They said they were afraid of becoming a source of infection and did not want to cause trouble to others. And people who works in Wuhan decided not to return home for the Spring Festival. As an ordinary person, I feel that not running is contributing to disease control, they said.
Fourth, the most powerful thing about the Chinese government is its ability to focus on big things. It is difficult for any country in the world to match the Chinese government's ability to mobilize the whole nation's resources to support disaster area in a very short period of time during a disaster or construction. As a result, China can build a modern Vulcan Mountain hospital with 25 square meters and 1,000 beds in a few days, and each hospital is equipped with sound infrastructure.
Fifth, as is known to all, China has the most advanced transportation system in the world. In the wake of outbreak, buses and planes were suspended in the most cities, but they were ready to respond to calls from the front. As soon as it is needed, these vehicles will immediately go into support mode to help the country with transportation.
So, in the end,
We think China will win against this outbreak.
yeah, so this is a very special spring festival, not so busy. But
But we
I
believe-
believe, yeah, we believe Although the epidemic will put the distance between us, but the distance between our hearts will become closer. Let's fight against the virus, not China.